Hello. Hello, girly pops. My name is Singular Dubs, and welcome back to Hello. And because it's tradition, the drink of the day, it's a Pletzi by Stephen Curry in Tropical Punch. It's kind of like a Gatorade, I guess. I mean, I got it for free because I am running a race tomorrow. I can't believe I'm doing it, but I am doing it. So that's what I'm drinking today. And today we are talking about something that I think every single woman needs to hear. What would a man do? Because I swear the way that men, and especially white men, navigate life with this audacity and this entitlement that like everything is owed to them just because they exist is something that women need to start grasping and adapting into our day-to-day life. And honestly, it's fascinating. I mean, I'm not going to say it's right what they do, but it's just fascinating. The way that they assume that the world is built for them. Meanwhile, women are over here being sorry for everything, apologizing, just asking for permission, being a little quieter, taking less space. It's just such a different way of seeing life, the way men versus women do it. And why do women have to be so freaking sorry for everything? Why do we have to hesitate before we ask for a raise, before we send an email? I swear that men, and especially the mediocre ones, the bare minimum ones, are moving through life like everything is just handed to them. And honestly, most of the times it is. But here's the thing. We deserve the same level of confidence, the same level of entitlement, and the same level of ease at life that these men are having. So today we're breaking this down. We are going to talk about how to break these habits of over apologizing, over explaining, and over proving yourself. Because girl, you do not have to earn your place in the world. You just have to take it. Okay, I have a feeling that this is going to be a deep one, so let's just get into it. And you know that in this podcast, we always do a story time. And I swear to God, this idea for this episode has been on my mind for a while, because I commute every day, okay? I take the ferry every single day to go to work because I do have a 9 to 5. Mind you, there's rush hours at the ferry where like everyone is trying to get to their job. So if you go to the ferry during those hours, it's going to be packed. And I try to avoid those rush hours as much as possible. But when I can't, because I woke up late or whatever, and I have to take it in those times, I always sit by the stairs. So the ferry obviously has seating everywhere, but when it's packed and when it's crowded, you have to go standing up. Now it's a 30-minute ride. I do not want to stand up. So what I'll do is that I'll wait till everyone boards, till the ferry starts moving, and then I'll sit on the steps because it has like 2 levels. So I'll sit on the steps to go to the upstairs, right? Mind you, when I'm sitting on these steps, there's like, it's divided on 2. I should actually just take a picture of it. It's divided on 2 sides. And normally one of the sides is used for people to go up and the other side is for people to go down. So what I'll do, I'll sit on one of the sides all the way to the wall so that if someone's going up or down, I'm not disturbing them, right? And I have like my bag and my lunchbox and like everything just like packed with me. So like I am taking as little space as possible so I don't disturb just people in general, right? And I do this every time, and I'm always hyper aware of if someone is coming down and like I feel them, I like make myself even smaller, right? Because I think it's just common decency. Like, I am taking up this space. These are the stairs. This is not a seat. I'm going to be as polite as possible. And one morning, I'm sitting on my steps like I do every single day. Mind you, no one else ever sits on the steps, okay? I think it's very much so just like a me thing. This guy, maybe around my age, I mean, maybe like 28 at most, comes to the steps. I'm sitting on one side. He sits on the other side. Like, I'm sitting on the side that goes up. He's sitting on the side that goes down. Like, we're just divided by like a pole in the middle, right? He's sitting on the other side, legs wide open, backpack on one side. He's just there, splayed up, and I'm like, what the fuck? And in my head, all I could think about is like, why is he doing this? This is so rude. If someone's gonna go up and down, they're going to come on my side now because he's just all splayed up. And in my head, I was also like, dude, if you already see that like someone is sitting on the stairs, if you sit on the other side, you're reducing like 75% of the space, okay? Like, do not sit there, like, just maybe sit behind me, upstairs, like, above me, but do not sit on the other side, right? So the whole 30-minute ride, I was like, why is this dude? And like, his backpack is like right next to him. He's not making space for people. People are having to say, excuse me, and he's barely moving. And that's when I thought, this is how men act in reality on day-to-day life, because that's how men act at my job, that's how men act at my life, that's how men act in public transportation. I mean, how many times have you been sitting on like the metro and a guy's just like their legs open and you're like, you know, holding your skirt tight and like getting yourself together? Excuse me? Why is this normal? This should not be normal. And I already knew about like white people entitlement, and like I already knew that men view life very much different to women. But honestly, that day it just hit me that I was like, oh my gosh, men have no regard for anybody else. It's just their world. Like they generally just feel like, oh, it's my world. Everyone else is just living in it. And trust me, after that, once you notice these type of behaviors, you can't unsee them on simple stuff. But let's talk about the sheer audacity of mediocre men. Because let me tell you something. Confidence has nothing to do with being qualified or skill levels or worthiness. And I mean it. I mean, how many times have you seen in movies, in real life, a guy with absolutely zero qualifications for a job goes into an interview and gets hired? Because I also have a couple story times regarding that. Or how many times have you heard a guy that has absolutely zero knowledge of a topic of conversation that's being discussed, and he's talking with absolutely like all the confidence in the world, and people believe him, and you're like, this guy knows nothing of what he's talking about, but people are just there enchanted by his words. It's like, shut up. Or how many times have you seen a guy that simply asks for a higher salary just because he deserves it? Forget about whether he's competent or not, or whether he's earned it or not. He simply just deserves it. He feels like he needs a raise, so let's just ask for one. Meanwhile, us women feel like we have to be 120% qualified to even apply for a job. Forget about asking for a raise. To even apply for a job, you see the entire job description and you're like, well, yeah, no, I mean, I am 27 years old, and no, I do not have 20 years of experience at this, but like I have everything else, but no, not 20 years of experience. Might as well not apply. A man could never. A man could never. And mind you, I am generalizing, okay? I know that not all men are like this. They're not all like this, but the vast majority of them are. It's very rare to find one that is not this way. And let me just also tell you a little story time. So I had an ex. I'm not going to say which one, but I had an ex that was a piece of shit. Okay, let's just call it what it is. He applied to a job, I believe, at a bank or something like that. I don't even know if it was a bank. Anyways, he applied at a job, and I'm like, you're not gonna get that job. Like, you have zero skill regarding what they're asking about. And it was like an entry level position, but it's still like, you do not know anything about this field. He got the damn job. And I was like happy for him at the time. Like, I mean, great, because it's a step up in your career. But at the same time, I was like, what in the world? I mean, if I had applied to that job, I know I wouldn't have gotten it. I just know I wouldn't have. And I would have been way more qualified than him. And I think shortly after that, he asked for a raise and he got the raise. And I'm like, what in the world? I mean, like, and this was, in fact, a white man with an issue of him believing that he was, the last Coca-Cola in the desert. Regardless, he got whatever he wanted. And like, from most people, he got whatever he wanted because he just had this confidence about him that was attracting. I mean, honestly, to me, it was disgusting, but it was attracting. Like, psychologically, people wanted to give him things. But why? Why do women feel so opposite than men? Girl, we are conditioned, okay, to feel this way. I mean, we are literally conditioned to be polite, to have a soft presence, and to make sure that everyone around us is comfortable, even at our own expense. We try to make people comfortable, even if we are not comfortable. Because how many times have you said sorry when you are aware that you weren't wrong? I mean, now that I'm aware of these situations, I generally try to avoid it as much as possible. Because how many times have you said sorry for speaking up, for asking a question, for taking space? How many times have you said sorry for setting a boundary? I mean, I know, like, for example, a guy comes hit on you and you're like, oh, sorry, no, I'm not interested. I'm not sorry that I'm not interested. I am simply not interested. Why do I have to say sorry about this? Or, oh, no, so sorry, I have a boyfriend. I'm not sorry that I have a boyfriend. Why are we saying sorry? Excuse me? And now think about the men in your life. And it's funny because I was having this conversation with a girlfriend where she was telling me, like, yeah, I mean, I grew up watching my dad with this astonishing confidence about him. Like, he was just so confident about everything he was doing. So I think some of it, like, stuck around for me. And that's amazing, first of all. But think about the men in your life. Okay, how many times have you heard them apologize for simply existing? That's what I thought. So I'm going to give you a little challenge. Stop apologizing for things that do not need an apology. Next time you write sorry on an email, replace it with nothing, or just have an assertive statement. Okay, for example, instead of I'm so sorry for the delay, say thank you for waiting. Or instead of saying sorry to bother you, but I need this done, you can say, hey, I need this done by this time, let me know. Or I'm sorry, but I would also like to say, no. You can just say, I want to add something here. That's it. I know it's a small and maybe insignificant change to you and like to just the eyes in general, but I swear to God, the difference is huge. And I've started to implement this in my life. I mean, I work at a law firm, which is mostly men, okay? And not only am I one of the few women there, but I am the youngest person at the firm. So, dude, like I can feel the difference. I feel like people respect me more to a certain extent because of my language change. And that was regarding the whole apology situation. Now, asking for more the way a man does it. How do we go about this? I mean, men ask for things without overthinking it, without worrying if they deserve it. They simply assume they deserve it. And you know what? They're not wrong. So why are we still hesitating? Why are we waiting for somebody to come offer us the space, to offer us the opportunities, to come offer us the raises that we deserve? We should already be getting them. No, we shouldn't be waiting for somebody to just give them to you and offer it to you. You should be going after it. And think about it. A man will ask for a raise simply because he exists. Or like, maybe he just wants to buy something that he can't really afford with his current paycheck, so he goes ask for a raise. Meanwhile, a woman will wait until she can prove that she deserves that raise. She'll wait to prove that she's worth it. A man will say, I want this. A woman will say, is it okay if? And we both know that that's the way it goes. I mean, you might not like it. You might not like accepting it, but it is what it is. I mean, it is true. So honestly, I think we simply need to start moving like we belong. And don't just do it for you. I mean, like, we need to set precedent for also the women that come after us. You want to sit at the table? Take it. You want a raise? You need a raise? Ask for it. You don't want to do something? Say it. Also without any guilt, because also I feel like getting over the guilt of, oh, I asked for a raise, maybe I don't deserve it. Oh my gosh. And then you're dying inside. No guilt. You want that raise? Go for that raise. That's it. So girly pops, here is going to be our new rule. Before you hesitate, before you overthink, before you shrink yourself, ask yourself, what would a man do? What would a man do in this situation? What would a man do in every situation? And I'm not talking about leaving your femininity behind, because being feminine and being a woman and being who we are is amazing and we don't have to turn into men. But I think for most situations where you feel like you're not worthy, having this mentality of, no, I am worthy. I do deserve it. I mean, if I want it, it's mine. That men have. That mentality is going to help you in the long run for so many things. And I'm not talking just like work level type of stuff, like asking for a raise. I'm talking in relationships. I mean, for example, like if I live with my boyfriend, right? And if he doesn't want to clean up, I'm always like, oh, I can't tell him to clean up because then he's going to think that I'm just bitchy and that I'm nagging him. And that, no, if a man does not want to clean the dishes, trust me, he'll let you know he does not want to wash those dishes. He'll be like, no, I don't want to do it right now. Okay. He's not overthinking. How is she going to feel? Am I going to make her feel like I am not worthy? And like, am I going to make her feel like I don't care about her feelings? They do not care. They'll simply say whatever's in their head. So I think to a certain extent, if we adapt into that mentality, a lot of things are going to be better for us. And now that you're like doing this challenge, like let's say you're overthinking an email, genuinely wonder, would a man send this email? If the answer is yes, just hit send. Don't overthink it. Would a man say no without guilt? Let's say you're at a bar and a guy invites you to drink. Like, oh, can I buy you a drink? And then you're like, no, I'm so sorry. I'm not feeling like drinking. I'm actually not drinking. I'm sorry. No. Would a man simply say no? Yeah. So would a man simply say, no, you can buy me a drink and move on? Absolutely. So can you. Just say no. And mind you, let's just take a step back. This is not about becoming arrogant or entitled, because we know a lot of guys that are that. This is about simply unlearning the idea that we have to earn our spot anywhere. In relationships, in friendships, at work, it's about unlearning that idea. Because what we think that we have to earn it, a guy will simply assume that it's his. And girl, let me tell you something. You deserve to take up the space in any type of scenario, okay? You deserve to be the main character of your friend group. You deserve to be the best paid woman at your law firm. You deserve a lot of things. You cannot simply go like all shy and coy, like, I'm so sorry, but is it okay if I have a raise? No. I want to raise. That's it. And I think this episode's going to be on the shorter end, but that's okay. I mean, we can't just rant for 45 minutes every single week. I mean, can we? Maybe. Anyways, thank you so much, Girly Pops, for giving me your time, for choosing me, for sharing these moments with me. And if you feel like you've been struggling with, taking up space, DM me. I would love to chat with you. You can find me on all social media as @IngeloreDubs, and you can find the pod as @It's a Law Podcast. And if you're taking anything away from this episode, let it be this. Confidence is not about being the smartest, the most qualified, or the best person. It's about you believing that you belong and acting like it. So I'm going to challenge you this week, when you catch yourself hesitating and overthinking, simply wonder, what would a man do? And do that. And don't forget to subscribe, like this episode, and share it with your friends so that we can all start moving like we own the damn place. Besitos!